Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to showcase a deck that I wouldn't really have uploaded onto the channel last metagame, I guess, or before the balance patch happened, because it was really popular, and you know, the edgy 12-year-old within me would have none of it, right? But now, as the meta has shifted, we actually went from having Braum ANIVIA really represented throughout the entire ranked ladder onto just a situation in which you very rarely see this deck anymore, because Braum got nerfed after the recent both Braum and ANIVIA actually got nerfed, but I would argue that Braum's nerf is more significant. The loss of one attack goes a long way, and it definitely does hit the card hard, but I still think Braum is really good, and it's not as impactful as some people are making it out to be, right? But despite that, Braum ANIVIA is no longer really a thing. You very rarely run into it. The meta right now, the tier 1 decks I would say are Ashe, Sejuani, and Ezreal variants. Predominantly the Bilgewater one, because Riptide Rex is pretty much this metagame's Rasa. I mean, those of you who have been playing ever since the beta know what I'm talking about. Rasa used to be everywhere, and I think Riptide Rex has kind of like reached that status himself. So I wanted to design a deck that could take on both of them. I had a pretty tilting stream. It's not that I did particularly bad. It's just that I wasn't really going above 50% win rate. Like, I was winning a game, I was losing a game. I was trying out all sorts of decks. The Hecarim Ephemeral deck was really fun, but ultimately not super consistent. And I tried out Yasuo for a little bit because of a quest that I had to do, but unfortunately Yasuo right now does poorly. It's a good deck, but it does poorly against the two best decks in the meta right now. In Ashe, because of Frostbites countering Yasuo as he levels up. So it's funny because against Ashe, Yasuo is actually better before he levels up, because in regular form, at least Yasuo will always be dealing 2 damage, but if he's leveled up, then all your opponent needs to do is Frostbite him, and all of a sudden he doesn't strike for any damage, right? So the Ashe matchup and the Ezreal matchup are really bad, because Yasuo doesn't do well against Ezreal decks in general, right? So it's just not the time, even though the deck is really solid. Like I said, these two decks and the entire stream was basically a rather tilting experience for me. And at a certain point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to play a deck that can beat Ashe and can beat the Ezreal decks as well. And that's when I came up with the idea of using Braum ANIVIA. I did not create this archetype by any means, but I did build my own variant of it, which does feature Spectral Matron. The reason why this deck is good against both is because it's running a couple of Ruinations alongside hard removal and board wipes, which allow us to really control Ashe. Like, Ruination is pretty much a game-winning play against Ashe. If you time it right and you wipe out their board before they get a nice Starfaring Assessor card draw going on, you basically just outvalue them and they run out of gas, and then you just go for your late game with ANIVIA and overwhelm them that way. If you're facing Ezreal decks, I believe this is actually a pretty decent matchup for this deck as well, because you can play a little bit differently. You don't really give them much to target early on, so you really slow down Ezreal's level up as you start working for ANIVIA, and you duplicate ANIVIA with Rekindlers and with Chronicler of Ruins. If they take down ANIVIA, you can always miscall and create another one. And this becomes a little bit too much for Ezreal. Still not like a super advantageous matchup, but I would say it's slightly favored for the ANIVIA player if you play right. If you give your opponent a bunch of units to start, building up for Ezreal's level up, then you're going to be screwed, right? But the beautiful thing about this deck is that the Bilgewater deck tends to punish lack of proactivity with early game Swarm, right? Not only the Ezreal deck, but the Twisted Fate Swain builds as well, who like to play House Spiders, and of course Petty Officer, which is a staple for both that and the Ezreal Bilgewater deck. Avalanche comes in and just nukes that early to mid game and stops them on their tracks really efficiently. So I really like. I also like Braum as a support champion in this deck still, because especially against Ezreal, it's really neat, as you can, because basically Ezreal with Bilgewater, unless we're talking an Ionia variant here, with Bilgewater, they need to damage. That's how they damage, right? Unless they're playing Thermogenic Beam, dealing with Braum is a nuisance, because the moment they ping it with anything, you will be getting the Mighty Poros. So you're always going to be getting card advantage in those sort of exchanges, which is really neat at giving you some board presence and a way to halt your opponent in the mid game, as then you resort to, Immortal Bird for the win. So having that said, I also wasn't super successful with this deck. I did really well. Like my win rate was above 50%, right? But at the same time, I ran into a lot of other decks, you know, the tier 2s and tier 3s, because we have a very diverse meta. Even though I was hard countering the best decks, as I ran into other decks, like the tier 2 ones, I ran into some Endure list, which you could arguably say is also tier 1, really. It's debatable. Which completely wrecked us. This does not match up well against Tempo Endure, or yeah, basically Endure list. They who endure with Callista, some variants with Elise, that tend to generate a lot of early game momentum, and a lot of times Avalanche is not enough to deal with their early board state, which makes us really susceptible to that early aggression. And also, I ran into some Fizz elusive decks that are running around right now as well, which we're also very, very weak to as well. So, you know, it's not the best environment for this deck if you take those decks into account. But if you're running into a lot of Ashe and Ezreal, I highly suggest this if you enjoy playing it. I enjoy this deck. You know, it's not my favorite deck. Memes incoming. But it was satisfying to beat down those lists, especially Ashe, you know, who's everywhere. And I highly recommend it in case you guys are looking for something for that. And that's basically it. My own personal touch for this is Spectrum Matron. I like Spectrum Matron a lot into Rekindler. Or even ANIVIA. I think it's really, really powerful in this deck, and it can allow for some really neat combos, especially like not only with these, but also even further, you can Spectrum Matron into Rekindler. You can attack with a Rekindler because it is ephemeral, it'll die, and then you can play Miscall with the spell mana backup, and you can get the Rekindler back onto the board, and therefore another ANIVIA in there, which I think is really powerful. All this will take into account that you still have a Rekindler in your hand because you played Spectrum Matron, right? Which makes it really, really neat. So this is my variant of the deck. I got some pretty neat gameplay for you guys today, and hopefully you enjoyed some Braum ANIVIA. Even though, you know, a lot of you are probably sick of this deck because you saw it a lot in the prior meta, but at least it is a little bit more edgy now, is all I can say. And that's basically it. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. This is the final push. The new expansion is coming very soon. I know a lot of you are burnt out at this point. I'm feeling the burnout as well. This meta is great. I have nothing against it, but like I've stated on Twitter, I've been playing nonstop since February, and especially since Rising Tides came out. It's been quite a while at this point. We're at the end of the season, which is always the toughest time because your body is ready for new cards, and I'm very excited for that. So I'll do my best to give you guys interesting deck lists until then, but yeah. Don't be too mad at me if I don't succeed and give you guys, you know, super original builds. I'm kind of like preserving that deck building energy for when the actual expansion comes. Very, very excited for that. But we just gotta wait for a little bit. So yeah, love ya. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Nothing left when I'm done.
See the Demacian border from here.
It's your boy.
I'll buy some time.
Look out for Reavers.
Grog if you work, burn if you don't!
Bye-bye.
Like a fish in water.
Take heart.
Woohoo!
Loud as fuck. Huh.
Stay safe, my friend.
There's my girl. There's my girl.
The spirit of winter awakens. I protect this place.
I protect. God, this is easy mode. This is actually easy mode.
I bring the storm.
I love easy mode.
A world in perfect stillness.
ANIVIA has no gender?
Never lost a fair game.
Sure.
Or played one.
For conquest! For empire!
Is everyone okay?
Forward!
I will endure.
My time! Darken the sky! My shield is my sword. Ha! This is fun, yes? Left for a snack? You meant my shield?
For my homeland.
We're going under! Let's show our friends they know. Show me your best.
You're bluffing.
Endless cold. Endless peace.
Surprised he blocked with his evade. I was gonna Vile Feast him, but yeah, thank you. May as well. Bam, 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 bam.
This is our time.
Nice.
Bury all in stone.
Show me your last pathetic card, Trikey.
The feud for the neck.
Better than-
Leave them nothing.
God, I love Spectrometer in this deck. The value, son. I think we're doing pretty okay. Why didn't you use the Vile Feast?
Till our paths cross once
I didn't use the double Vile Feast because I didn't use the double Vile Feast because I didn't have space. Like, I wanted to have space for another Rekindler because I had at that point I'm not really worried about Swain. I have a Vengeance. I'm thinking about a third Vengeance, but that may be too much, right? Yeah, but I don't think I need it with this deck. I mean, it's not a bad card, but I don't think I want more like big late game plays. I think with Spectromatron I already have enough. All right. Well, this is a pretty cool hand if it weren't for the fact that, you know, I do want to keep ANIVIA, I think, yeah. If it weren't for the fact that it's really slow, right? And I'm facing a They Who Endure deck, so I need a little bit of early game here. I need my avalanches. Also, I need to keep ANIVIA because I want to draw multiple copies of ANIVIA. And the reason why I want to draw multiple copies of ANIVIA is because I want to have Harsh Winds as an effective way to counter They Who Endure into Atrocity. That's why I kept ANIVIA in my opening hand.
come closer.
I don't bite. Alright, that's concerning. Not gonna lie.
We shall not rest until all betrayers.
Shit. Shit! I guess you're going for the Vile Feast earlier.
Trust is a weapon.
Thanks.
Have you met my parents?
Many legs, not enough mustache. Show me your best.
Let's not play into Vile Feast. We are going to Braum and take her. Okay. Thanks.
It is easy, see? I'll take him dead or near enough.
Trust is a weapon. It is not yet your time.
Ah, goddamn.
Help is underway.
You're far from your flock, little bird. A bird of prey hunts alone.
Get burnt. I actually never heard that interaction before. Oh my god, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that's GG.
Yes?
Strike them down.
Look how we have grown!
Ugh.
Stand behind Brom!
I will endure. Brace yourselves.
We lost bad at games.
Next time, we will do better!
I mean, you know, we have triple avalanche, and we really needed avalanche there. Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to it. I really enjoyed Griftlands too. I really like the game. The thing is, I kind of like beat it multiple times, and you know, they haven't really updated it much. So I'd rather wait. Okay, I don't know what this is. I have no idea. I'm gonna keep the avalanche just in case, and I'm gonna keep a missed call. I'm gonna drop Chronic there. I'm gonna keep the Glimpse Beyond. Why not? For those of you who are like who weren't in the preview beta phase, this card used to deal damage to like the Nexus as well, both Nexus.
What's that noise?
But it got nerfed because it was used a lot as a finisher. You know, like it was crazy how consistent it was
Soldier is worth 10 foes.
at being a finisher.
I must get out of here.
I could clear his board here, but is there really a need for that right now? I can get a stronger avalanche.
See the Demacian border from here. Brom is on the job.
I'm gonna make him float all that mana.
No. Look out for reefers.
I've trained my whole life for this.
How they massacred my girl.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Lady Elise, where are you?
My talons are frost, my wings the bitter winds.
Guys, there's an emote for this.
Wingman.
I don't need to attack right now. I can just do this.
Fight. Good luck. Have fun.
You could have a single combat. That's fine. I'm not gonna miscall Braum.
Ready the torches.
I will endure. Tomorrow we rise anew.
Alert the village.
One candle for every soul.
I fight for the fallen. My sword is yours to command.
We could see a rally here. He's counting.
No place for the kind anymore.
For my homeland.
If he has a judgment, that'd be crazy.
You would test my steel? I will end this here.
Please, I have connections.
Hold back the darkness.
Yo Mogwai, do you know if there is any place where I can see how many LPs does the first player in the European server have?
Wait, give me a second, buddy. I'll do this.
A world in perfect stillness.
Rekindler has died twice, so the odds are in my favor. Come on, Math! Come on, Math! Hey, Math! Love you, Math. No, it's not emo. If he's not emoting at us, let's not be an asshole. What is that, Ruination? I got 4 birds.
Such naivete.
Such
I protect
naivete.
this place.
There's such a thing as too much greed, right? Let's wait. Let's wait. Okay.
A new era begins. Eternal winter.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I mean, if he has a Ruination, he can stall that one turn, but this is just too damn hot.
We burn, then kindle anew.
I want the power.
Return to us.
I mean, yeah, it's greedy, but look, he played Rekindler, and now we're gonna kill his entire board. It's greedy, but what's the worst thing that can happen? That's the beautiful thing about ANIVIA. It's like she's so safe. She's so safe. Okay. All right, going for the go. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! OTK. Or not. Alright guys, it's gonna take a while. Just sit back, relax. Enjoy the snowy show. 3,000 years later.
A new era begins!
Ooh, I love that harsh winds. That's actually pretty spooky. But I do have enough to okay. Uh-oh.
Banish the unworthy!
Okay. This harsh winds is actually saving my ass here. I may have gotten a little bit cocky here. Oh my god.
I protect this place. I will endure. I protect this place. I will endure. I protect this place. Brace yourselves.
They don't, wait. Oh! Oh!
Hope burns on.
Oh my god! We live it! We live it! Oh!
We rise anew.
Dude, I got way too cocky. Oh my god, dude.
Remember the fallen.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you. Just shut up.
What's that noise? Party time!
Oh.
The Freljord's eternal guardian.
Look at all my eggs, son.
I bring the storm.
Dude, if he has atrocity, okay. Oh my god, man.
Hi Mogwai, I love you. Glad to see you back. You know I've been playing your ANIVIA Thresh since before Rising Tides. Thank you for your guidance, less than 3.
I like the word guidance. Makes me come off like some wise, master. Thank you. I shall guide you, Cherry. I got a champion! Mom, I got a champion.
Nothing escapes my watch. Charge! Ready the torches! Light the signal fires!
Here's ANIVIA.
That egg!
I'm gonna play Hapless Aristocrat to have a chump blocker for this. Alright.
How can Runeterra?
Ooh, the box is interesting.
What delightful agony we shall inflict.
My talons are frost, my wings the bitter winds.
And Brom is your wingman.
There's no reason for us to attack just yet.
This is fun, yes?
Nobody escapes.
Strike them down.
Bam, bam,
No place for the kind anymore.
bam, bam, bam. Yeah, you need to single combat. With this deck, we basically have a very solid matchup against anything that's mid-range. I don't need to ruinate. I don't need to do shit.
We burn, then kindle anew.
I would have loved to Spectral Matron, but I don't have the space. If they ruinate,
I bring the storm.
Do your worst.
Join the conflagration.
bam, bam.
Until our paths cross once more.
I'm gonna keep this in.
Activate.
That egg, did it move?
I'm through waiting.
You have to get me out of here.
I could have avalanched here, but I'd rather wait.
Knocked and ready.
Now we go for it.
Eyes blazing bright as torches.
Can see the Demacian border from here.
Ready the torches. Alert the village.
Forever watch.
I need to have 3 spell mana so that I can start spamming these miscalls.
A true Freljordian welcome.
I bring the storm.
They're coming! Hide!
A world in perfect stillness. Tomorrow we rise anew.
Stay back!
I want ANIVIA to die, so she's in the Rekindler pool.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
This avalanche is looking pretty sexy as well, even though it'll kill our own egg. My opponent wants to spend some time to kill the egg as well.
Bow to no one.
I mean, I can finish those. I don't need to avalanche now. I can use my life as a resource here.
What's that noise?
I can grasp of the undying.
Stand and fight.
For glory, face me!
Leaping into action.
Please, I have connections.
Remember me.
We each died, then found home.
Time to reflect.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
Attack!
Come from the dark.
Well fought!
Heed my words!
Problem is that it plays a Reckoning kills us.
We fight for one Freljord.
The Freljord's eternal guardian! This is our time! For my homeland!
Look out for Reavers.
is nothing. Time to reflect.
Few earn the right to call themselves Trifarian.
Nothing escapes my watch.
A new era begins!
You weren't always this way.
Like the signal fire.
Ride onward!
3 mana. I think that that play was necessary.
Eternal winter! I bring the storm!
This is our homeland. Rome is on the job.
Faster than my arrows? I think not.
Wrapped in cold silence! I was judged!
It is easy, see?
That's huge. That's huge.
I'll lead us to victory!
What if he has Fury in the North?
Brace yourselves!
Fury of the North kills me here. Whew. Oh my god.
The cycle is complete.